Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Kent Smith here, a.k.a. Kent the Politician. You are getting ready to watch Virginia in black take on Montana in white. This is a matchup of Virginia, who is coming in ranked as number 6 in Battle of the All-Stars 2019. Montana got here through a first game upset, according to the seedings, 122-75 over Ohio. The winner of this bout will go on and play number 2 seeded Colorado tomorrow at noon. I am joined on the microphone by Garden State skater Shenanigan Skywalker, who's also a fantastic announcer. Aren't you, Shenanigan?
Good afternoon, Kent. I'm not one to toot my own horn, but I have talked about Derby before, and I'm excited to talk about Derby today with you.
And we're very happy to have you, as we are very happy to have Nerd Derby as our broadcast partner, and all of you listening out there in the internets. So we've got rosters to go over. Let me do Virginia. Number 1 is Psycho Jawea. Number 5, Stone Wallop. Number 7, Smack Mamba. Number 11, River Strong. Number 14, Fizz Gig. Number 19, Angry Penguin. Number 33 is T. Number 4, Country Jam, who I believe is also the captain. 47, Skate Monster. Raven Darkhold is not skating with this with Virginia at this bout. I believe she's going to be joining tomorrow. Swiss Spanker is number 247. Lambert is 500. Skank is 63. Raygun 99. I'm sorry, 999. Scoriano Express 1883. Ziploc 1915. And Zayanara is number 854. Skywalker, can you give us Montana?
Happy to, Kent. First, we have number 0, Mauled Whiskey. Number 00, Slim. Number 8, Mother Earth. Number 12, Foggy. Number 13, Despicable Darling. Number 19, Texas Twister. Number 17, excuse me. Number 18, O2 Tank. Number 23, Sparta Crush. Number 36, Double D. Number 77, She Hates Me. Number 81, Jam Good Time. Number 9, Vixen is Velo. Number 306, Lil Stout. Number 323, Quietly Chaotic. Number 362, Special Chaos. Number 605, Hammer. Number 777, Lethal Lizzy. Number 6699, Illuminati. That's your team in white, Montana All-Stars.
So Montana only had one double-digit scoring jam against Ohio, but they scored points almost every jam. It'll be Stone Wallop leading off for Virginia. Virginia is in black. The MVP for Montana in the first bout was Foggy, and I believe that is Foggy to get us underway, but we actually don't have a confirmation of that yet. It is, in fact, Foggy. Number 1, 2, better known as 12. Montana sends the first skater to the penalty box. Foggy is out in front and is the lead jammer.
Star pass has occurred on the Virginia side to number 47, Skate Monster, as Foggy re-enters the pack on a scoring pass. Hit hard to the ground by Ziploc and will call the jam off. Puts the first 4 on the board for the team in white.
And again, as was noted, we've got a father and son duo as the Montana coaches, Austin and Devin. Austin is the older of the two, and he goes by the Derby name of Coach Bushwhacker, and it is the coach's birthday. So that could be Sparta Crush.
I believe it is, Kent.
Sparta Crush jamming for Montana. Again, Montana in white. That is Country Jam, the captain of the Virginia team, or at least she was in one of those captain meetings, and she's got a C on her arm. That is Sparta Crush. Sparta Crush is through. Both jammers escape the pack. Pack setting itself up, now rolling into turn 3, turn 4. Jammers coming around turn 1, 2, down the back straightaway. Pack now moving into the front straightaway. Country Jam got faked out by the stripes on the floor, which have been a little confusing.
Gave Sparta Crush a little bit of extra time to complete a full scoring pass. That's another 4 on the board for Montana, bringing the score 8-0.
that is either Lethal Lizzie or She Hates Me. One of them is 777, the other one is 77. That is Psycho Jawea, or Smack Mamba for Virginia. I know the hair color. So it is 77 for
777.
Yep, no, you're right. It is Lethal Lizzie for Montana, 777.
Lizzie draws a multiplayer on a Virginia blocker, only has one to beat at the top of the pack now.
And it is Smack Mamba for Virginia. But yeah, Lizzie comes through, and a third lead jam in a row for Montana. Points on the board as Lethal Lizzie is able to get by number 19, Angry Penguin for Virginia. Smack Mamba, the Virginia jammer, star in hand, and Lethal Lizzie again Lizzie is able to get through.
Lizzie around the pack quickly, entering for another scoring pass now. Smack Mamba recycled to the full edge of the engagement zone. Pack slows down in the far straightaway. Lizzie again strings out those Virginia blockers.
Trying to give you an idea of who the Virginia blocker is holding back Lizzie at the front of the pack. 0-1-1. That
River
is
Strong.
Yeah, River Strong.
Star pass has occurred for Virginia. They've passed to number 33, T. And Lethal Lizzie will call the jam. It's a huge jam for Montana. Virginia still at 0 points. Brings Montana's score up to 20.
Stonewalla back out on the line for Virginia. Montana went with a 4-jammer rotation, and this is in fact the 4th jammer, She Hates Me. Again, the confusing sevens of Lethal Lizzie as 777 and the current jammer, She Hates Me at 77.
She Hates Me is recycled to the back. Stonewalla making progress at the front, tries that inside line.
And cannot pull it off. Good defense there by Quietly Chaotic, number 323. In the meantime, She Hates Me is through. Star pass to Country Jam, the captain of Virginia. So Virginia escapes the pack. She Hates Me trying to make work in the Virginia pack and does get some points, total of 2.
Very in tune with her bench. That call-off came immediately after the coach directed her. Montana is doing incredibly well for their very first appearance at Battle of the All-Stars.
Right you are, Skywalker. Yeah, again, they came in as ranked as number 14, and Vermont also hadn't been here before, and they came in as ranked number 9. And again, the way that these rankings take place is the captains of the two teams vote.
Foggy in her first jam out for Montana, quickly earning lead.
Second jam.
Second jam, rather.
Yep.
And 47 Skate Monster recycled to the back for Virginia.
And this is the first time that Virginia has sent out, I think that, yeah, Skate Monster. First time Skate Monster has been the jammer. Same result, though. Montana tallies points and Virginia does not. This is surprising because there's a strong Charlottesville contingent on the Virginia team. And again, we've seen teams that are playing the second bout of the day often start fast. It's just how soon does the higher seeded team that is playing the first time recover and, you know, kind of shake off the cobwebs and get moving.
Yes, a lot of these teams traveling very far, traveling overnight to play today. That's all a factor in how they perform on the first day of a tournament.
So that is T, who is the lead jammer for Virginia, Virginia's first lead jammer, going up against Sparta Crush. Sparta Crush number 23 again, Montana in white, Virginia in black. So Virginia will put points on the board in the 6th jam of the contest, but Virginia unfortunately sending 2 blockers to the penalty box. T realizes that now and calls it off, but yeah, Sparta able to steal some points there, Skywalker.
Yeah, that's a 2-3 outcome in favor of Virginia. So Virginia will put 3 points on the board. Montana will put 2 up. So the score now 3 for Virginia, 28 for Montana.
12 minutes, 22 seconds remaining in the first half. Stone Wallop will be jamming against, is it Foggy?
I believe so.
No, it's 18. It is O2 Tank from Magic City Rollers. O2 had taken the star an awful lot as the pivot in the bout against Ohio. Not sure she actually led off as a jammer, but she is out in front. The no pass, no penalty, so she is through, but she is not the lead jammer.
Stonewall fighting to earn that lead status. O2 Tank is now scoring.
And Stone gets lead jam designation.
Looks like Stone will try to put some points on the board before calling this jam. O2 Tank not 10 feet behind her.
Stone goes into the pack, rotates around, and calls it off. See how many points they is awarded. It is 2. Another 2 to 3, but this time the teams flip in who got 2 and who got 3. That, I think, is Country Jam. It is. That is Country Jam for Virginia. It's the advantage of seeing this team 6 years in a row. Can get some of the nuance. And that
77.
Is Lethal Lizzie.
77, She Hates Me jamming for Montana.
You're right. I'm terrible.
I just love that name so much. I got an eye. I catch her easy.
Again, it's the 7s. I'm trying to come up with the number of 7s on the armband from 50 feet away. Country Jam pushed out by the Montana defenders, who again form a 3-wall brace to try to dig in against the Virginia captain. In the meantime, She Hates Me going up against, among others, T. Fizzgig is providing the bridge that you see on your screen. Scorianal Express also in the Virginia pack.
Not a lot of movement happening right now in turn 1, but not for lack of trying.
Exactly. You do see, what you see, if you're looking at the screen right now, you see the red line and you see the white and black line. The white and black line is the border of the track. The red line has thrown some skaters off because normally they don't see a couple of lines, but it is the white and black line around the track. And frankly, I think that's one of the things that the team the second time sees. And see, again, right there, you saw Country Jam kind of look at the red line and treat that as the inside part of the track and then have to recycle herself back.
Indeed, we have a ghost track today. It's been tripping up many a skater and official.
But Country Jam puts points on the board.
Montana will lose a blocker to the box. She Hates Me is still working on that initial pass.
Country Jam able to find an inside line, is up on the toe stops and calls it off. So that'll be a total of 8.
Virginia beginning to close the gap here with 9 minutes remaining in the first period. 13 now to Montana's 31.
Yeah, so over the last 3 jams, it's 13 to 3 in favor of Virginia. So yeah, perhaps it took them 5 jams to wake up. That it would certainly not be the first time that, again, the team playing for the first time taking on the team playing the second time. It takes a little while, but currently we are at 8 minutes 40 seconds. Again, the bouts on day 1 and day 2 at Battle of the All-Stars are 40 minutes in length. Virginia in black, Montana in white.
Stonewall up jamming for Virginia now. They have one to beat at the top of the pack.
Foggy back out there. This is the, again, Montana going with the exception of O2 Tank, going with a 4-jammer rotation. Stone is through. Stone is headed into the scoring.
Pack moving very quickly.
Yes. And Foggy found daylight, albeit may have found sunshine coming through the cloud of skaters. And
Hilarious.
thank you. And yeah, Montana wins that jam. Oh, no, they don't. Okay, the scoreboard is wrong. Because you can't, they had 13 points, and if they put up 11, that would be obviously,
Almost double their
that'd
score.
be 24. And so if the 4 points are correct, it's 24 to 35.
Yes,
but
it looks like we're having a brief official timeout right now to hopefully fix that scoring issue.
So yeah, 7 minutes, 51 seconds remaining, but the whistle sounds. And again, I don't know what the adjustment is. I think it is not 11 points that were scored. I think it's 3 that were scored. So I think it was a 3 to 4 jam. So I think the total is correct, but the jam points were not correct.
That's right. Numbers, you know, who even knows what they mean?
Sparta Crush knows what it means, and it means lead jammer for Montana. In chase mode is Lambert, number 500. First time Lambert has worn the star, and these jammers are flying around the track.
Just incredible speed out of both of them.
Oh, and Lambert takes out
Sparta
Crush and a referee, and the first row.
This is truly Derby in 3D. Battle of the All-Stars currently happening in Hatfield, Pennsylvania at Inline 309, hosted by Bucksmont Roller Derby. They have hosted Battle of the All-Stars for 6 years now.
Yeah, and we may have 6 less fans than what we did at the beginning of that jam.
That makes me more of a fan. I love it. It's interactive.
Like I said, 6 more fans. Just 3 people headed to urgent care. But we do have a huddle, so it'll be interesting to see if there are penalties that result. Referee huddle now broken up, and no changes to scoring or time or penalties.
That brief huddle was brought to you by Stakeware. Protect yourself from impact. Contact wear for full contact and action sports. Check them out at www.stakeswear.com.
Okay, so I think. Okay, so yeah, Skate Monster back out. Second time Skate Monster has jammed. Lethal Lizzie jamming for Montana.
Lethal breaks through at the top of the pack, but takes a quick fall. Going chest to chest with a Virginia blocker to earn that lead status. Skate Monster recycled. Must try again.
Since the 12:24 mark, it is 13-7. Lethal Lizzie looking to add to that total, and she will. Both teams lose a blocker to the penalty box, so it's 3-on-3 in the pack. Skate Monster pushed out by, that was Little Stout. Little Stout was a very effective blocker in the first bout against Montana, or I'm sorry, against Ohio.
Absolutely gorgeous spin to the inside, freed Lethal Lizzie on that scoring pass.
Star pass now to, I think that is, oh, it's Fizzgig.
That jam ends with 2 Virginia blockers sitting in the penalty box and 1 Montana blocker.
8 points for Lethal Lizzie. So this is the lead currently is 27. That's the biggest lead Montana's had. They started off with a 26-0 lead, and official stuff. Oh, I believe that's a penalty on Virginia for not
Well, it seems we have
closing.
a jammer in the box, Kent. It's number 4 for Virginia in the box.
14, Fizzgig.
14, Fizzgig.
That she received the star at the end. So
So
now the captain's in, Country Jam.
Maybe some confusion over whether Fizzgig was awarded jammer status before or after getting a penalty.
Well, and it could be that the door to the bench was open, because some ref crews have rightly called that penalty just to try to keep the track, safe for all of our skaters.
That's right.
But we didn't get an explanation. At any rate, it is a power jam start for Montana, and they currently have a 27-point lead, and that is Foggy, and Foggy is through the pack and is lead jammer.
Foggy had 100% lead jammer status in today's game against Ohio. A very effective jammer for Montana. Foggy goes through, easily cuts through that pack. Well, I wouldn't say easily, but it looked easy. Puts 4 on the board.
She's spun very nicely. Foggy coming around on her. Foggy gets knocked out by Virginia defenders and calls it off, waiting to see how many points go up. It is 4 for Montana, but the jam ref is going to talk to the table right now, and we're going to see if it goes up. So I was going to say, I thought that was the second scoring pass. Let's see if additional points are awarded. They are not. So it remains 16 for Virginia and 47 for Montana. 4 minutes, 19 seconds left in the first half. Montana has never trailed in this tournament.
Yes, they are playing just with complete control and unity. Really impressive for an all-star team like this, who probably does not practice consistently over the course of the year.
River Strong called for the multiplayer block. She goes to the box, and that causes the pack to disintegrate and allows She Hates Me to get through. She is the lead jammer, and that is the first scoring pass, waiting for the points to go up. Now they do.
Star pass has occurred for Virginia to number 500, Lambert. Lambert now free and eligible to score, as She Hates Me is delivered to the outside line and will choose to call the jam and protect Montana's points.
Under 3.5 minutes to play. Stone Wallop comes back out for Virginia. Virginia went on a 4-jam streak where they scored points in every jam. So yeah, it's Virginia's offense that's been scattered. They had first 5 jams, they didn't score anything. Next 4 jams, they score points. And following the next 4 jams, they don't score anything.
Yeah, and I believe this is the 3rd jam in a row where Virginia will start down a blocker in the penalty box.
You know, Ohio had the same problems of inconsistent offense, and maybe we need to call this what it is, really good Montana defense. Stone Wallop is through. Stone Wallop is the lead jammer and has a power jam as Sparta Crush goes to the penalty box. 2 minutes, 38 seconds in the half.
Virginia have a goat in the back, goading number 605 Hammer, hoping to shorten the distance that Stone Wallop needs to fight to free themselves.
I believe that is Smack Mamba, who goes to the penalty box for Virginia. So it is 4-on-3 pack advantage for Montana, but the only jammer who is scoring points at this point is Stone Wallop, who has 8 in the jam.
Sparta Crush re-enters play with star in hand. Pack speeds up quite a bit as we enter turn 1.
Stone Wallop was able to sneak through the pack as attention was focused on Sparta Crush.
Sparta Crush working with her pivot in the front of the pack with Special Chaos.
And Stone, and you know what, and see, again, Stone looked at the red line and Stone thought they were out of bounds when she looked at the red line. But Stone has a very strong jam, 15 points total. That's the biggest jam for Virginia in the half.
By far. Now that puts Virginia easily within spitting distance of Montana, 31-53, with about a minute remaining in the first half. As you are aware, games on Thursday and Friday are 40 minutes long with 5 penalties required for the foul out. Saturday and Sunday they will change to full 60-minute games with 7 penalty foul outs.
O2 Tank, the jammer for Montana, and O2 Tank is through and is the lead jammer. I think that is Skate Monster. It is for Virginia.
Skate Monster working against a Montana bipod. And O2 Tank is free with a grand slam for Montana. Skate Monster recycled.
So sorry, 30 seconds left on the in the half. Obviously more time on the jam clock. Montana loses a blocker, so it's 4-2 and is it a track cut?
It
Looking
is.
for the call.
It is a track cut.
Track cut on Skate Monster. So Virginia's jammer will, well, no, we got more jam time. She can get out, but O2 Tank has got at least 8 so far. Yep, that takes it from 4 to 8.
Told to run it by the bench. Looks like Montana have set up a 3-in-1 offensive sweep on the far apex.
Yeah, you would know that because you play roller derby.
I do. I have been known to play roller derby.
61 of 31, a 30-point lead for Team Montana.
So that is a double-digit scoring jam for Montana. That is their second double-digit scoring jam of the contest, and this is, with one more pass, this will be their biggest scoring jam.
Skate Monster is back from the box and quickly passes the star.
Country jam. And so that's going to be 16-0 for Montana once all the points get tallied, and that is their biggest lead. 38. And again, Montana got out to a 26-0 start, and frankly, it was Stonewall Up's 15-2 jam that made you think, okay, you know, the margin was going to close, and this was, you know, the beginning of Virginia crawling back into it.
That's right.
And then O2 Tank drops the biggest scoring jam of the half for either team as we conclude with 16-0.
That's right. So we will take about a 9-minute, 10-minute intermission, and we will be back. The score as we head into the halftime: 31 Virginia, 69 Montana.
If you were buying stock in Battle of the All-Star Teams, how much money would you be putting into Montana right now?
I would be investing significant money into Montana. The Big Sky State is doing fantastically at their first Battle of the All-Stars.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. And, I mean, you look back at, so yeah, the margin right now is 38 points. And Virginia has been a fairly consistent performer at Battle of the All-Stars, and they've done fairly well. And their roster is laden with Charlottesville skaters, and Charlottesville obviously has had some D2 success and D1 success. But Montana, again, they haven't trailed in either of their contests. I know Ohio came away just really disappointed, even though Ohio, when they adjusted their strategy at halftime, actually won the second half.
That's right.
Now, when you trail by 50 in a 40-minute bout and you only have 20 minutes to get back, that's a tough hill to climb. But again, I mean, you can't say anything bad about Montana. They've just looked really strong.
That's right. They had a little bit of penalty trouble in their first half against Ohio, but they really tuned it up, and they've just been playing very cohesively. Their jammers are very strong. I'm really excited to see what they have to show this weekend.
Yeah, so let's just check the brackets. So the winner of this gets Colorado. So at least Montana and Colorado would be in the same time zone.
That's
so
right.
There'd be no time zone disadvantage there. But again, Virginia has enough talent to be able to come back, and traditionally have had some very strong coaching. They've got Speed Junkie and Ruby Rottweiler staffing their bench. And so we'll see if they have any secret sauce or special plays or any other things like that.
Yeah, we'll just see, if they've calibrated their gameplay better to their opponent, because, every team is different. The strategies you're using are going to be different every time.
So, yeah, we will see. Again, winner of this plays Colorado, the number 2 seed, tomorrow at noon. Teams that you will not see today are the top 3 seeds: New York, number 1, Colorado, number 2, Texas, number 3. You will see the number 4 seed Pennsylvania taking on California at 9 p.m. The game coming up is Kansas versus Massachusetts at 7:30. And with that, 13 of the 16 teams will play at Battle of the All-Stars on day 1. So we're about ready to get underway. And I'm completely blocked out by a referee named Peaches. It is Stone Wallop, because I recognize the scarf, and a Montana skater yet to be named. My guess is it's Foggy, as they have led off with Foggy in both first halves and in the second half of their first bout, but we will see. Could just be a jammer with a whole bunch of sevens. It is in fact Foggy, and Foggy is in fact the lead jammer. And again, you kind of saw Virginia blockers playing the red line, not the white and black line.
That's right. Foggy did escape on that outside line, had more room than Virginia possibly thought that she had. And Stone Wallop with the star stash is now through and eligible to score for Virginia.
So yeah, both jammers have points available to them. Ray Gunn, who skates for Charlottesville, takes out Foggy to end, but earns a penalty.
Might have been a low block. I know Foggy went for that bean dip, that very low maneuver where you duck to the outside line between the line and the blocker aiming for you. High risk, high reward for sure.
So yeah, Virginia was held scoreless 10 jams in the first half, and they're held scoreless in jam 1 of the second half. Oh, big collision there. That was T who delivered the hit on, that was Sparta Crush.
That is Sparta Crush. But Sparta Crush earns lead for Montana. Lambert for Virginia is still caught up in the pack. 2 Virginia blockers now sit in the penalty box as Sparta Crush re-enters the pack on scoring pass. Beats Virginia on the inside line. 4 points on the board for the Big Sky State.
Ray Gunn now out of the box, so it is 4-3 in the pack. Sparta Crush coming around on her second scoring pass. Lambert coming in on her first, and Sparta sees that and calls it off 0-0 on the second pass. (77-31). Standing in the penalty box is T, number 33. For Virginia. Stone Wallop back out there. So Stone jamming for the second time in 3 jams total. Right. So that might be some of the strategic change-ups that we will see in Virginia.
Stone did put up quite a large jam in the first half, so it makes sense that their coaches will want to employ them more in the second.
Lethal Lizzie jamming for Montana, we think. Yes.
Yes, that is.
I gotta learn. It's the full sleeve tattoo is the way that I've got to differentiate. She Hates Me and Lethal Lizzie.
Stone Wallop with star in hand is still working to clear on their initial pass as Lethal Lizzie re-enters, scoring points.
Stone gets through. So both jammers will be on scoring passes. Lizzie pushed out on the inside by Angry Penguin and her teammates. Lizzie gets credit for 2 additional points, so, I'm sorry, 3 points total.
That hit was assisted by number 33, T for Virginia, who will re-enter the penalty box, and I believe that means it will be her 3rd jam in a row coming up.
Ray Gunn jamming for the first time for Virginia. Okay, so, just to add complications.
Ray Gunn, a veteran of many
She Hates Me now jamming, has a full sleeve tattoo on the opposite arm.
Right.
So
well,
Lethal Lizzie has full sleeve on right arm. She Hates Me on the left arm. And a great leap there by She Hates Me.
Beautiful leap, beautiful landing. Earns 4 points, but Virginia will also squeak out a point, so we have a net gain of 3 for Montana, bringing our score to 84 for Montana, 32 for Virginia.
Yeah, great job by Ray Gunn to continue to chase and get 1 point. That is the first point scored by Virginia. And again, Montana, just as you look at the score sheet, scores every time.
Yep. I mean, they're so consistent. That's what I love about them.
Country Jam, the captain jamming for Virginia, uses the toe stops, absorbs the contact from Mulled Whiskey, and is through. First lead jam for Virginia in the second half.
Foggy has the star in hand, attempting to clear, and will do so on her initial pass.
Depending on how this jam concludes, this might be the first time Foggy doesn't score based on that call off right there.
It will be. 2 on the board, I think, for Virginia, 0 for Montana.
Yep, that's the first time in 2 games Foggy hasn't tallied a point when wearing the star.
Very impressive. On the line now for Montana, that's 23 Sparta Crush going against number 05 Stonewallop. Both packs will start down a blocker.
So again, Stone comes out. So yeah, Lambert jams in the second half. Raygun jams for the first time in the second half, and Stonewallop is basically going every other jam. But again, we are early in the second half. Stonewallop does come through and is the lead jammer. Sparta Crush also through, just feet behind Stone.
And it looks like Sparta Crush will steal some points here, but is forced to recycle.
Stone escapes the pack, so Stone gets the full 4 points. And now Sparta does the same. Stone now headed in on the second pass.
Yeah, Stone does have a full track length to try and get a second pass in. Oh, a monster hit up against number 323 for Montana, quietly chaotic, earning another 4 on the board.
And interesting that Stone did not call it off. Clearly that could have been an 8-4, but Stone now coming in and makes it a 12-4, well now 12-8 as Sparta Crush did come through.
Yeah.
Virginia loses 2 blockers.
That's right.
So now Stone has a different, calculus in the strategic decisions.
And I mean, these decisions are definitely strategic. Both teams have had very good coach communication, and they, no jammer has called it without being told to by their bench.
I think Stone's going to get additional points on Stone's final, because I thought Stone was able to secure, additional points go up there. Okay, so yeah, that makes more sense. So that's 15-8 on that jam. An official timeout?
It's a team timeout to Montana.
Timeout.
Yeah. This team timeout is brought to you by Spank Alley, the only fully adjustable roller derby armbands on the market. They ship worldwide. Check them out at www.spankalley.com.au.
So we are headed into jam number. So the next jam will be jam 22. How many times do you think Montana has scored of the 22 jams?
It seems like every.
20 times.
20 out of 22 jams Montana has scored.
Yeah. So it's stifling Montana defense and consistent offense.
That's right.
And that leads to a 43-point margin with under 13 minutes to play. And if Montana pulls this off, then you are looking at the pre-seeded 14 team in a 16 tournament going up against the number 2 seed in Colorado.
Yeah, and I honestly do not want to predict the outcome of that game, Kent, because Montana have surprised at every turn so far. I fully expect them to surprise at their next contest.
So that is full sleeve on the right arm. Lethal Lizzie jamming for Montana, and surprise, surprise, Montana has lead jam designation. Raygun has star in hand and is the jammer for Virginia. Virginia is rotating blockers in and out of the penalty box. In the meantime, Lethal Lizzie had the easiest pass she's had all day through an opposing team's pack. Raygun pushed out on the inside, defense by Double D for Montana.
Yeah, when you have 2 blockers on the track, it is so hard to stay together and play a low, slow defense. It's definitely a challenge for Virginia right now, just like it was a challenge for Ohio earlier today. Similar story, both teams had penalty trouble, and Montana played a bit cleaner, possibly leading to the score margin that you see here.
Jailbreak out of the penalty box, both teams at full strength. Raygun had passed the star to the captain, Country Jam. Country Jam now wearing both stripe and star, and it is a power jam. Lethal Lizzie going to the penalty box with she sits at 36 seconds in the jam clock. So this jam will run obviously the full 2 minutes, but Country Jam, the captain and a fairly talented jammer, now has the opportunity to score some points. Lethal Lizzie was winning the jam 12-0 when the power jam began.
Virginia attempted to play some scrum offense and now electing to play some passive offense in the back, letting Country Jam extend the pack out forward, and it pays off.
0-2 Tank goes to the box, and frankly, a good penalty kill by Montana. They minimize the damage at 4 points with, quite frankly, a talented veteran jammer out there. You know, that was not a first-year skater who got, you know, past the star and then the power jam occurs. That's the team captain.
That's right.
53-104. Montana, the number 14 seed, is 10 minutes and 33 seconds away from playing the number 2 seed tomorrow at noon.
She Hates Me for Montana, going up now against a person for Virginia.
Who's been swallowed up by that skate towner, I think? No, that is Lambert.
And Lambert is lead as well for Virginia.
See, exactly. She was insulted that I called her skate towner.
Oh, great juke to the outside, frees Lambert. 4 points on the board for Virginia. She Hates Me, still stuck in the back.
Lambert able to split the Montana defenders, gets up and completes her second scoring pass. It is a 4-3 advantage in the pack currently. Now it is 3-3, both teams with a blocker in the box until now. Virginia adds another one, and it is now 4-2 pack advantage for Montana. But Lambert escaped the pack, and that is a double-digit scoring jam. Yes, it is 12.
Yeah, these Virginia jammers have generally been quite effective, but Virginia keeps losing blockers to the penalty box. They will start this next jam disadvantaged for both a blocker and a pivot.
Official review being requested by Team Virginia. Again, in the abbreviated 40-minute format, you have 2 timeouts, and an official review that win or lose, you do not get back. Our clock is frozen at 9 minutes and 16 seconds.
Only in Australia. Watch out for the shipping costs. Yeah, shipping costs might be a little pricey.
It'll be Stone Wallop and 2 of her pals, and two Stone pals, as 2 other Stone pals are in the penalty box. So it is a 4-on-2 pack once we get underway.
Yeah, that's Ziploc and Smack Mamba stuck in the box for Virginia. Ziploc should be watching her penalties. I believe this is either her 3rd or her 4th. Foul outs are at 5 for these 40-minute games. We also want to bring you a brief sponsor for this official review. Sponsored by Chubb Club. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Who else can sponsor something? Make sure you check out BOTAS on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date. You can find it by searching for Battle of the All-Stars, BOTAS, B-O-T-A-S. There's a hashtag on the Twitter machine. It's very complicated. It's hashtag, which is like that check mark, not the check mark, the pound symbol. And then it's B-O-T-A-S, and then in the current year, 2019.
That's right. We see you out there, hashtag Derby Twitter.
That's right. We'd also like to thank 888. Derby isn't your typical sport. It's more like a carefully choreographed mosh pit on wheels. That's why we're here to make protective gear specially designed for those who lay it all out there on the track. We cover heads, elbows, wrists, knees, hips, and yes, even butts. Because being Derby ready is one thing, but being Derby dominant, well, that's something else. Check them out at their website, which is www.8.com. You can also find them on the Instagram machine. We'd also like to thank our Battle of the All-Stars vendors, Wicked Skatewear, Derby City Skates, Adam Skates, Apex Skate Shop, Chubb Club, Young Living Oils, juice wheels, the fold, and recover, refuel, repair. Kaya skates also. Oh, big shout out to Buxmont Roller Derby Dolls for hosting this year the BOTAS 2019 as they have the last 6 years. And you know how I know that? I've been here. I had a seat in this very venue the whole time.
I just want to say that I saw BOTAS misspelled as boats in all caps in an email that I was on earlier today. It made me laugh.
Yep.
Make sure not to misspell your hashtags.
Yeah. Because then you're going to get a whole series of nautical themed posts, and you're going to be like, "Where's the roller derby?"
Right. No correlation.
Nope, not at all.
Down on number 14, Montana, and you have news on the first review.
I do. The referees have been.
Hopefully we are soon going to hear what this official review is about. It looks like the refs are informing our house announcers, which means we will hear about it shortly.
We will hear about it through the speaker system and pass that on to you.
Yes, this game is really just a complicated version of telephone.
There was a direction of play call. That call will stand, which means Virginia will lose that official review.
Virginia was going to lose the official review one way or another, but the adjudication was not concluded in their favor, and it looks like we have a foul out.
Yep, that's what I thought. Ziploc will have earned 5 penalties, and that will be the end of her game today.
Ziploc hugging fans in turn 3. Stonewall up, trying to hug some points for Virginia.
Massive leap to the outside will free Foggy for Montana, earning her lead status.
Stonewallup trying to escape the pack. Stonewallup does in fact escape. It is, however, Foggy who comes through, looks to try to decide whether or not she should call it off, and continues. Time is on Montana's side. And so if Montana obviously matches Virginia point for point, well, they're going to win by 33 or so at this point, 43.
That's right. Foggy re-entering now on what will be her 3rd scoring pass. Stonewallup has just completed their 2nd.
First,
rather.
So yeah, and with that, Foggy pulls every second of time off the clock before she calls it off. That jam goes 12-4, so that is just the 3rd double-digit scoring jam for Montana. Wow. If I would tell you that Montana would only have 3 double-digit scoring jams on Virginia, would you think that the score margin would be almost 2-1?
No, not with this margin. I mean, really, scoring in almost every jam, getting at least a full pass in almost every jam has been the secret sauce here, I think.
All right,
and a quick forearm call will send Sparta Crush to the penalty box. This is a power jam for Virginia and Skate Monster.
Yep, Skate Monster is the jammer of record for Virginia. Skate Monster
Skate Monster tap to the outside, takes a knee on the far straightaway. Only has 2 to beat at the top and makes it through.
This is the first time that Skate Monster has jammed in the second half. She jammed 3 or 4 times in the first half.
Sparta Crush has re-entered the pack from the penalty box, gains quite a bit of speed and tackles that inside blocker. Figuratively tackles.
Exactly. Virginia's offense has been more consistent in the second half. And again, you would kind of expect that because Montana, again, this is their 2nd game in, 6 hours or so. But and Ohio was able to have some success in the second half too. But again, it's Montana consistent on defense, but more consistent on offense.
Yeah. Sparta Crush is through again, scoring another. And a track cut penalty will send Skate Monster now to the penalty box for Virginia. We have a power jam for the Big Sky State.
6 minutes, 23 seconds remaining in the contest. Coming up, we've got Massachusetts versus Kansas, and then California versus Pennsylvania to end day 1.
Sparta Crush clears the pack again, puts 4 more on the board.
Let's do this. Virginia is in black. Montana is in white. Montana is playing their second bout of the day here at Battle of the All-Stars 2019 version. Good push out there by Raygon to end the scoring run.
And I think that will be a wash. Nope, Virginia gained 1 point in the contest, earning 8 to Montana's 7. 5.5 minutes remain in this game. And the penalty box for the first time in a little while is clear.
Yeah, so again, Virginia only scored 31 points in the first half. They've scored 46 in the second half. So, you know, they did nuance their offense, and clearly it's had a bit, you know, a positive impact. But, you know, the margin was 38 points at halftime. And Montana's just been able to add to it.
Yeah, Lethal Lizzie gets that out of play call and earns lead jammer status for Montana. Lambert out for Virginia, still working on her initial pass. Spins to the inside and is now eligible to score. Lethal Lizzie also finds a free and open lane on the inside line.
Lizzie looking at her coach, and they pull as much time off the clock as they can and call it off. So that jam goes 4-0 in favor of Montana. And again, the difference 50 points at this point. 4 minutes, 28 seconds remaining in the contest.
On the line now for Virginia, Stonewall going against for Montana. She hates me. Montana will start disadvantaged 1 blocker. Virginia are at full strength.
Stone finds daylight on the inside, is able to absorb the hit from Quietly Chaotic and gets lead jammer.
And She Hates Me earns a track cut call and will go to the box. This is a power jam for Stone and Virginia.
Stone able to get by Special Chaos also on that last jam. So Stone has 4 points so far. This will be Stone's second scoring pass. 3 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Virginia needs, quite frankly, a miracle. And Stone Wallop is capable of delivering that, but perhaps not against this Montana pack. It is all crushed up.
Yeah, Virginia did attempt that sweep offense, but Montana absorbed it very well and continue to hold Stone up. She Hates Me is now back in play from the penalty box, but has yet to complete her initial pass. So Stone does have 45 seconds to make some scoring happen.
All right, so here's an interesting storyline as I look at the Montana roster. Because again, part of what I was wondering is, are these skaters, have they played together? And because, I mean, Montana has shown up first time at Battle of the All-Stars, and boy, it looks like they're just on the same page.
I mean, it looks like they're a WFTDA team.
So
honestly.
their 4 jammers are from 4 different teams in Montana.
Wow.
So you got to be working with a pack you know, and so I you know, that was going to be my theory as to why Montana seems like they're really firing on all cylinders. That theory will not hold up.
That jam concluded with a star pass to Special Chaos, who did manage to score 4 points for Montana. Virginia wins the jam overall, though, with 10 points.
Yeah, so just to drive that point home, Lethal Lizzie skates for Magic City Rollers. She Hates Me skates for Hell's Bells. Sparta Crush skates for Gallatin Roller Derby. Sorry if I mispronounced that. And Foggy skates for Hellgate Roller Derby. I don't know, but it sounds like those are 4 different teams.
Those do seem like 4 different teams. Also, Hellgate Roller Derby, coolest name I think I've heard in a while. Very, very metal.
And they've got skaters from 4 other teams. Aside from those 4 that I just read, a quick read of their roster, they've got 8 different teams.
Wow. Well, they will be taking a team timeout right now.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Possibly to rest up. Only 1 minute 43 seconds remaining in the game. Following this game will be Vermont versus Kansas,
No.
or Massachusetts versus Kansas.
Yeah, which is
rather.
next to Vermont, though.
Yeah,
so,
New England.
And then
And then after that, we've got the blockbuster of the night, California versus Pennsylvania at 9 p.m. Eastern.
neither team's going to win that. Spoiler alert. It's going to finish in a tie.
It's going to be a cliffhanger.
Tomorrow we start at 9 a.m. Eastern because it's a work day and you should be watching this at work. Saturday and Sunday we start at 8 in the morning because you should be watching it at early service of your body of worship of choice. So tomorrow we go from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. These are Eastern times, and Saturday and Sunday we go from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Because again, we want you to have 12 hours of Derby each of the next 3 days.
Foggy is skating unopposed right now for Montana. Lead for the Big Sky State. Stonewallop is in the box. And when I say unopposed, I do not include the 4 blockers actively opposing her. Stonewallop re-entering the area of play now.
Looks like 1 minute and 12 seconds remaining in the contest. We have more jam time than period time, so this could be the final jam. Nobody in the penalty box. It's an all skate here at inline 309. Foggy took a rough tumble. Looks like Foggy will be called for, oh no.
That is a Montana blocker going to the box for a forearm.
Yeah, the way Foggy came out of that, it almost looked like she was headed to the box. I was wrong again.
Foggy earns 3 points before calling it to protect that scoring pass.
Total of 7 for Foggy on that jam.
It looks like with 31 seconds remaining on the period clock, we will have one final jam.
Right you are, Skywalker. It will be Sparta Crush going up for Montana, and I think that is Skate Toner.
Skate Monster, I think?
Skate Monster. I've probably combined team skater names there. It's efficient of me.
Sparta Crush sends the Virginia blockers to the ground, but is tapped out and will have to reset all the way back. Skate Monster going up against a low and slow tripod of Montana blockers. What I really like about Sparta Crush is her movement. She resets diagonally and she keeps the walls moving back and forth. And Skate Monster lead for Virginia. Sparta Crush now out and eligible to score. And up the inside line, Twinkle Toes, Skate Monster.
Yeah, big smile on the face as she comes into the front straightaway, and now on another scoring pass. We have 1 minute left of jam time. The period clock has expired. So we are confident of one thing. Montana is going to play Colorado tomorrow at noon. Virginia will also play tomorrow. Their opponent a little less clear to us at this moment.
Yes, I believe that will depend on future contests yet to be played.
And Skate Monster calls it off, tries to call it off. Jam penalty, jam ref was assessing a penalty to someone in the pack. Skate Monster taken off her skates onto the infield, but as you see, gets up and skates off. So we have an unofficial score, but the outcome is not in doubt. That is a 51-point lead, rather a 51-point victory if the numbers don't change.
That's right. Again, Montana definitely came to this tournament as a bit of a dark horse, 14 seed in their first battle of the All-Stars, but they have beaten 2 BOTAS veterans today, Ohio and Virginia. Very excited to see them take on Colorado tomorrow, Kent.
Right you are, Skywalker. All right, so we are going to take our audio down because we need to have an MVP discussion. The score does go final. Points do get added there at the end for Virginia. So Virginia wins the final jam 7-4, but Montana wins the contest 142 for Montana and 94 for Virginia. We will come back with MVP interviews shortly.
What's your short form of your nickname?
Chaotic.
Chaotic? Okay, great. My question for you guys, it's obviously your first year here at Battle of the All-Stars. What have you done to prepare for the tournament?
We've prepared by just working on staying calm and collective and working together as a team. It's been our focus.
Great. Yeah, that consistency definitely reflected in the score. What do you think was anything different between this game versus Virginia and your earlier game against Ohio?
I think that our earlier game we were a little bit more put together, but we brought it together the second half, and our triangles were a lot stronger. So
Great. And then lastly for you, tomorrow at noon you play Colorado. They're the second seed this year. What are your feelings going into that game?
a little bit of terror. We honestly didn't think we were going to make it this far, so this is extremely exciting for us all together.
Absolutely, and it's so exciting to watch you guys. I mean, you're consistent, your jammers are looking great, and we're very excited to watch you as well. So, great. Congratulations, and have a nice day. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Kent Smith, a.k.a. Kent the Politician, here with Stone Wallop of Team Virginia and Charlottesville. Stone, as always, you're a very athletic jammer, a lot of success. Once you get in there, you can take a lot of hits. But a lot of us are really surprised at the outcome that we just saw. Why don't you tell us about what your impressions were of Team Montana?
Montana was a very strong team. They're a bit of a dark horse in this tournament, at least for us. We hadn't seen them play or knew what we were really going to get into to expect. We had a nice advantage of getting to see them play earlier today, so we had a little bit of a clue about what kinds of things to look for, but you don't really know a team until you get on the track with them. So there was a lot that we were learning as we were skating, and I think you sort of saw that as we were sort of learning each other and learning the opponents and learning, there's been a rules change since we last played roller derby, so we're learning a little bit of that as well. So I think we are coming together, and I think our next half is going to look, our next game, feels like a half, our next game is going to look like a different team.
Well, yeah, and again, I mean, when it's only 40 minutes, you don't have a lot of time to actually do the calculus in your head and figure out how you should adjust your strategy. You guys were more, your scoring got more consistent. You put more points on the board. You only had 31 in the first half. You finished with 94, so obviously that's a jump of 63 points. So why did Virginia's offense improve? What did you figure out? Tell us your secret sauce.
I jam primarily, and so the thing that we learned primarily as a jammer was we could throw out heavier, harder hitting jammers, and we were throwing out people who primarily jam first. And then we learned that we could throw out people like Lammy, who Laura Lambert.
Right.
We call her Lammy, sorry. Like, what do we call, what's her real name?
Yeah.
Who tend to block more. They tend to prefer to block more. But you can see she has some great speed and some really strong hits. So it was a little bit of just learning what was going to work and what didn't. And as you said, we only had 40 minutes to sort of figure those things out.
Yeah, and you'll have 40 minutes tomorrow, but then this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, those are 60-minute contests. So, well, it's always great to see you out on the track, be it a playoff or a sanctioned tournament or here at Battle of the All-Stars. I think you're a fan favorite in a lot of formats. I know I've enjoyed working with you, and I've enjoyed watching you out on the track. How do you think the rest of the weekend's going to go for Virginia?
Well, we're going to get some additional players. Having games on a Thursday, I think this is one of the very few tournaments that does that.
Yeah.
And I think you can see that as an effect on a lot of teams. For one, and for two, there was, I don't know who was watching, but there's a lot of weather this side of the
this
coast.
part of the country, it's
There
rough.
was a lot of ice. I was actually hoping to get here last night, but I didn't want to risk not making it at all, so we ended up going this morning, and so it affected the travel plans of a number of teams. I hear Saskatchewan had to borrow players.
Yeah, they did.
There's a little bit of the Thursday and weather effect going on for everyone.
So I know you had 4 players that weren't rostered. Are you going to get all 4 of those without naming those names?
Gosh, I hope so.
All right.
As far as I know, yes.
All right, so we'll leave it there. All right, so coming up, you've got Massachusetts taking on Kansas, and then to finish the night, you've got California taking on Pennsylvania. Thanks for watching Battle of the All-Stars.
Okay, kids. Now is the time of day where we're gonna reset. We're gonna power cycle some equipment here on site. So this stream is gonna die for just a moment. It'll be painless, but the stream is gonna turn off for just a few minutes. So don't panic. Don't go anywhere. Massachusetts, Kansas All Stars will be up right after this.